7 reasons why the Pawn Stars are going out of business. Subscribe to the channel and comment down below saying I subscribed to enter this month's shout-out giveaway. When it comes to reality TV and Pawn Stars in particular, fans need to learn to expect the unexpected. Time to put the hawking on hold as we look at the untold truth about the cast of Pawn Stars. Chumlee's past.
Dude, that thing's sweet.
This is wonderful.
Nice. Woo-wee.
Oh, wow, this thing's pretty cool.
In May of 2016, Austin Chumlee Russell landed a plea deal for charges he received after police raided his home in connection with the investigation of a sexual assault case. Though he never faced any sexual assault charges, according to TMZ, police found marijuana, meth, Xanax, and 8 firearms not registered to Chumlee during a raid in his Chum Chum room, which is his party spot, complete with a stripper pole. But the lawyers of this Pawn Star regular were able to negotiate down to just 2 charges: felony possession of a firearm and felony possession of a controlled substance, both of which will eventually become misdemeanors once he completes probation. And it's not the first time Chumlee has been involved in some shadiness since becoming a reality star. In 2012, cameras captured Chumlee in a brawl with an unidentified man who approached him and a group of friends while they were hanging out on Hollywood Boulevard. He later insisted he was fighting in self-defense and that the man was a stranger who asked for a ride and then threatened the group with a gun. It's unclear what happened to the man, who was beaten and badly bleeding when Chumlee and his friends fled the scene, but it's probably a good guess that he didn't get an invite to the Chum Chum room. Human skulls and Japanese porn. Over the years, Rick Harrison, the co-founder of the world-famous Gold and Silver Pawn Shop, saw all kinds of weird items come and go. And when asked in a couple of interviews about the oddest items anyone's ever brought into his pawn shop to sell, Harrison usually answers Japanese porn. 200-year-old Japanese porn specifically. It's all hand-painted, he said. It's on a scroll, down to every bodily fluid. Everything's really exaggerated. It's sort of creepy. And then after I bought it, I realized my mother comes into the pawn shop, so I couldn't display it out there, Harrison told Heavy. A guy also once walked into the pawn shop looking to sell a bunch of human skulls. According to the Dallas-Fort Worth Telegram, the guy claimed he bought them from an auction at a dental school, but unsurprisingly, he did not get an offer from Harrison. In all honesty, though, if a couple of skulls and some porn are the strangest things to come through the doors of his Vegas pawn show, it seems like Harrison kind of got off easy. Show production actually interrupts business. Parts of the world-famous Gold and Silver Pawn Shop temporarily close to the public when the crew shoots an episode of Pawn Stars. This can sometimes mean a real interruption of business, according to shop manager Travis Benton, who told the Las Vegas Review-Journal that sales can suffer because of the show. Benton also estimated that 1 out of 100 people who pass through the shop are actually there to do business. The rest are there as fans of the show. Filming takes place 2 to 5 times per day, Monday through Friday, Benton said, and he usually doesn't know until the night before, about 6 p.m., what the TV crew has planned for the following day. But before you start thinking that GS Pawn is in danger of going out of business, keep in mind that the store draws 4,000 to 5,000 visitors every day. Not to mention, Harrison once told Los Angeles Now, "I'm at the point in my life where if I don't like it, I don't have to do it." Melting stolen coins.
What can I help you with?
I got a gold coin I think you might be interested in.
When you deal with the public for a living, you really never know what's going to happen. Harrison was reminded of this the hard way in 2014 when his store was sued for melting down a collection of gold coins that the former owner David Walters alleged had been stolen and sold off by his niece. According to UPI, Walters claimed that his niece received $12,375 for his $50,000 gold coin collection. And although pawn shops in Nevada are required to hold on to items for 30 to 90 days in case the owners want them back, gold coins aren't subject to that law. Unfortunately for Walters, that meant his collection was gone by the time he tracked it down. Shop spokeswoman Laura Herlovich offered a pretty unsympathetic view of the situation, telling UPI, "If the grader is not someone we trust, the cases are cracked open and the coins are sent out to be melted down. That was the case here. I don't know for sure, but I believe a majority were melted down. They weren't worth what Walters thought they were worth. We're sure that devaluation takes the sting right out of being ripped off by his own family." The old man passed away.
I'm thinking if it went to auction, it'd probably be closer to 30, but...
Well, then you pay the auction fees, you're down to 22.
Sadly, no one lives forever, despite Chumlee's fondest wish. On June 25th, 2018, TMZ reported that Richard Harrison, more commonly known to fans of the show as the Old Man, had passed away at the age of 77. His son Rick Harrison broke the news to the world, saying, "The Old Man Harrison has passed away this morning, surrounded by those he loved. He will be tremendously missed by our family, the team at Gold and Silver Pawn, and his many fans the world over. He was my hero, and I was fortunate to get a very cool old man as my dad." Of course, without the Old Man, we never would have had the Pawn Stars at all. Richard Harrison opened the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop in Las Vegas with his son Rick in the early 1980s. Even as the shop's resident old man, he was front and center as one of the most important reasons for the shop and the show's overall success. They were sued by their original TV agents. While the pawn business can be perceived as a dirty game, the entertainment industry is right there alongside it, especially at the cutthroat world of celebrity representation. In 2012, all 3 Harrisons, as well as Chumlee, were sued by their ex-manager. The network, meanwhile, was sued by the talent agency that represented them, Venture IAB. According to TMZ, their ex-manager claimed that the Pawn Stars crew dropped him after a dust-up concerning his handling of their response to A&E's spin-off show Cajun Pawn Stars. Venture IAB's lawsuit alleged that History Channel execs work with another agent to lure the guys away from them. Jeffrey sought unspecified damages, but Venture IAB sued for more than $5 million. Venture's suit seems to have eventually been dismissed, and Harrison, for his part, didn't seem to be fazed by the legal drama. When asked about the Jeffrey suit, Harrison told Fox News, quote, "The more money you make, the more times people try to sue you. People are always going to eventually sue you for something." This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos on your screen right now because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.